Hey guys, this is another video. Um, just wanted to do an update with in terms of the hunt. As if you saw the community section of the channel, you would have saw a picture of this gypsy wagon structure. So I plan on putting the witch inside, so just like right here, and I have a head inside the ball. I have a mister over here, and then um, plan on making some type of like bottles or in jars and putting them on the shelf. And I got to put a shade there because there's a light that comes through here that's kind of ruins the effect a little bit. So I got to just cover this hole. And I got some signs I have to put up. And then I wanted to shoot today because it's nice and gloomy. There's some overcast and got that owl over there. I have to move it in here, and then show you a little bit of an update with the cemetery. It's the ghoul. I just added these. I just painted both columns, added some vines. Then I took lanterns, put them up there, made the arch out of PVC, heated it up, bent it, and then put the sign on top of that. And then been moving my lights around, been trying to figure out what's a good position. Um, Problem is the street light's orange, so it kind of washes out a lot of stuff. So I have to block that out some way. And put an arch right here. It's still not dry. I have the adhesive is not fully dry yet, so I have to wait until it's dry before I start painting it. Um, right now the blue light is above hitting it, but I think I'm gonna move it from there because it kind of what it does that I don't like is that it hits the zombie that's inside the tomb on this side, and to me it overexposes him. So if we walk over here, you'll notice I've added another wall to the side of him, and I put some. So these are you could get them from Dollar Tree. They're like these plastic covers with some sticky adhesive. I actually screwed them in some areas because it's not um, it's not the adhesive is not fully um, it's more like a scotch tape type of stickiness. It's not a really good stickiness to just put on and then leave it. So I just put some small screws to hold some of it up, and then I have a tombstone that's supposed to go behind him. While if people are gonna see it, maybe not, but it'll block any light that's coming from the back. Um, so that's what I'm gonna do, and then have this ladder holding this the wall, this foam wall that I carved, um, and I have some rope holding or twine holding it while the adhesive is drying. Like I said, I use caulking to kind of hold it in place, and some screws here and there, but mainly it's the caulking that's holding it. Um, I mean, it's there. It's just the top section kind of when I was screwing in those sheets, it loosened the top section. So just putting it back on, and then that's pretty much it. See, that's the tombstone that's supposed to go behind the zombie that's behind this wall here. Um, I have this zombie. I have to move him from where he's at right now. There's actually going to be a green light in this area here. I might put the pop-up zombie in this section. And yeah, I got a lot more stuff to do. I actually wrote a list of like 10 things um, that I plan on doing, but I'm not gonna get all of it done for sure today. That's too many things. But like some of the stuff is like I have to move this zombie, and then I have to well, I have to paint this eventually once the adhesive is fully dried, and then I have to block out the street light. Let's see if I could pan over without getting the address. So you can see right there that where the light is, it's orange, and it just really washes out everything that I have. So my idea was taking the blue light that I have and just mounting it up higher, and then having it shoot down um, into the cemetery, which right now it's not. The crypt is right there, but um, yeah, right now it's not. Everything else is not looking very good, only because everything is a work in progress right now. Um, one of the things I have to make sure is that when people get up here, they have the width of their path is always 3 feet. So that's something I've been trying to figure out as I go along. And then I've been trying to like, so this area right here where this, what do you call it, lad is at, that's actually going to be, there's going to be a exit that way, emergency exit. So, so that's something I have to do. And then all these foam sheets are actually going to be making up um, the castle, which is going to go over there. If you could imagine that. So it's I have to make a whole foundation, and that's why I'm starting so early on this hunt, because everything's just so big. Just to make this probably took me a whole month. Um, the front part that you see with the ghoul, or it's another zombie, um, that took me. So the ghoul was already put together. That took me maybe a week or so to put together. Um, but then again, the drying of the paint, that takes time. So that's why it takes like more or less about a week. And then but then everything around it, like to make the roof, took one whole day. Painting it, carving the foam took like one day, and then painting it took another day. And then you take another day, attach it to that, because you have to do touch ups because the foam will absorb a lot of the color. Um, so even if you're going in with a big thick uh, coat, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get spots that you got to touch up. So touch them up. That's like another day. If it's hot enough, you could actually within that day maybe even spray a clear coat over it. But I usually just like give it another 24 hours, and then I'll spray a clear coat. It all depends what I'm doing, how thick the paint is, um, and how fast I want to work. So, um, so yeah. So far, that's pretty much it in terms of an update. Um, so yeah, if you are new to the channel, subscribe. If you like what you see, click the like button. Um, yeah, right now it's really about it's just trying to get the main structural facade pieces and the electrical sources in place, and the lighting in place. Um, Knowing where I'm going to put the lighting, because then that's going to help me with where I have to put those electrical outlets at. Um, and then making sure, so all my electrical stuff, so have an extension cord over here that you can see. It's just running up the column. So that's not permanent. That's just temporary. So I can see how the light is working. You know how its effect is like. So that's why it's like that. But when it's all done, it's not going to be on the floor. No extension cords should be crossing the path where guests are going to walk. Um, Everything should be mainly above ground. So anything, what I would call the island. So anything that will be like right here, for example, and will run into um, where this tree is at. Everything that's right here will will be on its own. Um, it'll have its own power source, like a extension cord with multiple outlets. But that extension cord will have some at some point it will either it'll go under a ramp that is going to go to the castle, or it's going to go above and then over, maybe to the tomb over here to the back, and then into another outlet. So that's where I'm playing at. It's like how to do that, because initially I thought that extension cord was actually going to fit over the cemetery sign that I showed you, but it's just not long enough. So um, it's not long enough to follow the path of the curve of the um, cemetery sign and crawl up the back of the column. I tried it, it's just not long enough. So I could get a longer extension cord for that, but um, there's multiple lights that are gonna be in this area, so it's like then I will still need to put in something with multiple outlets. So yeah, it's a work in progress. So yeah, stay tuned for more updates, and so see you in the next one.